Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And we're bringing you the final lesson of our job interview series.
That's right. And in this lesson, we're going to be focusing on two very, very common, but sometimes difficult questions.
Okay, so we've talked about preparing for the job interview in part 1. Part 2, we talked about educational background and work experience. And in part 3, what are we going to be looking at?
We're going to be looking at two questions: why we should hire you, and your greatest weakness.
Okay, so these are the classic, common questions that you'll get at a job interview, right?
That's right. So why don't we just get started, and we'll take a listen to the dialogue and see how our interviewee handles these questions.
Very good. Now, I have a couple of final questions.
I hope they're not too hard.
Yes. Well, why should we hire you?
I think that I would be a perfect fit in this company. I have a unique combination of strong technical acumen with outstanding soft skills. You know, I excel at building strong, long-term consumer relationships. For example, when I headed the customer support department in my previous company, our team resolved about 70% of our customers' problems. I decided that we needed better information and technical preparation on our products. So after, I implemented a series of training sessions in coordination with our technical department. We were able to solve 90% of our customers' issues. Given the opportunity, I could bring this kind of success to this company.
Woo. Impressive. So, what would you consider to be your greatest weakness?
To be honest, I struggle with organization and time management. Punctuality has never been a strength of mine. I find it hard to organize my time effectively. I've actually addressed this weakness recently by attending a workshop on efficient time management. It helped me a lot by providing me with great insights on how to get organized and use my time efficiently. So I think I'm getting better now.
Great. Well, let me tell you that I am very pleased with this interview. We are shortlisting our candidates this week, and next week we will inform our shortlisted candidates of the day and time for a second interview with our CEO.
Great, thanks a lot. I hope to hear from you. Goodbye.
Well, our interviewee is doing very well, but I think he had a little bit too many beans or chili.
Oh my God. Like, this is probably the most embarrassing thing I can think of.
But he doesn't say anything, so I don't know. Maybe he should have said, "Oh, pardon me, excuse me," or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a controversy.
Yeah. Okay, but what isn't a controversy is the language, because there's some great stuff in here.
All right. So let's take a look at the language in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, we've got some great phrases and words for you to use when you're talking about what sort of benefits and skills and experience and expertise you can bring to a company.
Okay. The first thing that he said, and it's a very interesting word, he said technical acumen.
Technical acumen.
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 This is a really hard word. What is acumen?
It's basically insight and understanding and the ability to make good and difficult decisions.
Okay, so he has a very strong technical acumen.
So a strong insight or understanding of technical issues.
Okay, or I can change it and maybe say, I have a very strong business acumen.
Exactly. These are the two most common ways that this word is used: technical acumen, business acumen.
Okay, great. Now let's take a look at another word which is very interesting because everybody knows it.
Yes.
Excel.
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 Now, Excel is, of course, the software that you use, right?
Yeah. But here it's a verb meaning to be really, really good at something.
Right. To be the best, maybe.
Yeah.
To excel at something.
Yes. So I excel at cooking.
All right. So excel, you are the best.
I mean, that's not really going to help me in a job interview, but the next word might.
Head.
Head.
Well, in the dialogue, we heard it as headed in the past, right?
Yeah, that's right. He headed the customer support department.
So I think this is a great I think this is a great word to use when you were saying I was the leader. I was the main person in charge.
Yeah, the manager. So this is a nice verb to use to show that you were leading something.
Okay. Okay, now for the next word. Struggle.
To struggle.
Struggle. So what does struggle mean?
It means that you have difficulty doing something.
So it's hard for you.
Yeah.
For example, when I was in school, I struggled with math.
Okay, and now I struggle with Chinese.
Exactly. So to have a hard time.
Yep. Why don't we hear a couple of examples of how this word is used?
Example 1. We're really struggling to reach our sales target. Example 2.
Yeah, to be honest, I do struggle with time management.
Example 3.
The teacher farted in class and I really had to struggle not to laugh.
Okay, so great examples. Let's move on to our next word. Punctuality.
Punctuality.
Okay, so to be punctual.
It means to be on time, always.
So punctuality would be the noun form.
Right, so the condition or the state of always being on time.
Right, so punctuality, to be punctual.
Yeah, and our interviewee struggles with punctuality.
Right, like me.
I guess you guys have something in common.
We do. Now, he has a problem with punctuality, but he said he has addressed this weakness.
Yes, to address.
Address. Now, if you notice, it's spelled the same way as address.
That's right.
But you pronounce it differently.
So the verb address has the stress on the second syllable.
Okay, address.
Yes.
And that means to
deal with.
To deal with the problem.
Yeah,
To acknowledge the problem.
And to try and solve it.
Okay. So different from your home address where you live.
Yeah. And there the stress is on the first syllable.
Address.
Right.
Perfect. Very good. Okay, so let's listen to this dialogue one more time, and then we'll come back and talk about these two questions. Greatest weakness, and why should we hire you?
Very good. Now, I have a couple of final questions.
I hope they're not too hard.
Yes. Well, why should we hire you?
I think that I would be a perfect fit in this company. I have a unique combination of strong technical acumen with outstanding soft skills. I excel at building strong, long-term consumer relationships. For example, when I headed the customer support department in my previous company, our team resolved about 70% of our customers' problems. I decided that we needed better information and technical preparation on our products. So after, I implemented a series of training sessions in coordination with our technical department. We were able to solve 90% of our customers' issues. Given the opportunity, I could bring this kind of success to this company.
Woo. Impressive. So, what would you consider to be your greatest weakness?
To be honest, I struggle with organization and time management. Punctuality has never been a strength of mine. I find it hard to organize my time effectively. I've actually addressed this weakness recently by attending a workshop on efficient time management. It helped me a lot by providing me with great insights on how to get organized and use my time efficiently. So I think I'm getting better now.
Great. Well, let me tell you that I am very pleased with this interview. We are shortlisting our candidates this week, and next week we will inform our shortlisted candidates of the day and time for a second interview with our CEO.
Great, thanks a lot. I hope to hear from you. Goodbye.
All right, Marco. Well, this classic question, why should we hire you? I think you'll hear it in many, many different interviews. And how did he deal with it here?
Well, the first thing that he said is very, very important because they're asking you why, so your immediate reaction would be to answer with because or I think that, but there's a different way of approaching it, which is a little bit more professional. He said, I think that I would be a perfect fit in this company.
I think I would be a perfect fit in this company.
That's how he started his answer, and then he explained why.
So this sounds really strong, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically, it just makes you seem to be very confident and puts you like you are already part of the company.
So this is a great way to start off this question, but you got to follow this up with some information. So what kind of information should you be giving?
Well, like we talked about in your work experience, the same thing goes here. What do you have to offer to this company? What special skills or insights or experience can you bring that would help us?
Yeah, that nobody else can bring.
Exactly. So, again, you have to start talking about your strengths and your previous experience, but with examples, right?
Very, very specific examples. And whenever you can, throw in some numbers or some specific successes that you have had.
Exactly. And once you've talked about these things, you can close off this answer by saying, given the opportunity, I could bring this kind of success to this company.
Given the opportunity, I could bring this kind of success to this company.
So that is just like a magical sentence saying like, if you give me the chance, I will demonstrate how good I am and how I can help this company.
Yes, a really, really strong closing argument.
Yes. So that's the way you should more or less approach that question, right?
All right, but let's turn now to the classic question, your greatest weakness.
What is your greatest weakness? When you get this question, be sure to not say, my greatest weakness is I work too much.
My greatest weakness is I'm a workaholic.
Right? Or, what was it? Or I am a perfectionist.
Yeah, these, we can see right through these.
Right.
I mean, they're too obvious and they're too silly. I mean, everyone has a weakness, so don't try and turn it around into a strength. I just don't think that's a good idea.
Okay. So, yeah, be sure to stay away from these answers. But you can say anything. Like in this case, he has a problem with being on time.
Yep.
So be honest, say what one of your greatest weaknesses are, but the key to making this weakness look good is saying what you are doing to solve this weakness.
Exactly. So really be truthful. Tell the interviewer what you're not good at, because there's obviously something that you're not good at.
Exactly. So you can say, I am usually late, but I am getting more organized. I am doing the seminar. Let the interviewer know that you are trying to improve this weakness.
Exactly.
And be sure to also think about your strength, right?
Yeah, be prepared to answer the question, what is your greatest strength?
So, and again, when you're talking about your strengths, be sure it's something more specific than saying, oh, I'm very responsible.
Yeah. You want to be as specific as you can. And again, give those examples, give those successes, give those numbers.
Right, exactly. So think about your weaknesses, think about your strengths. If you don't know them, ask people, ask your colleagues or ask your friends, what do you think is my greatest strength? Maybe you're a funny person. That's a strength.
Yes.
Okay.
Why we should hire you. When looking for a job, people often go to an interview. In the interview, the employer asks many questions. One of the most important questions is, why should we hire you? This question helps the employer understand if the person is the right fit for the job. Answering this question can be difficult. People need to talk about their skills, experience, and personality. They also need to show confidence and speak clearly. If they do this well, the employer will see that they are a good choice for the job. In this lesson, we will learn how to answer this question in a simple and clear way. We will practice speaking about ourselves and explaining why we are a good worker. This will help us in job interviews and improve our English at the same time. When answering the question, why should we hire you? It is important to think about what makes you special. Every person has different skills, experiences, and qualities that make them a good worker. Employers want to know what you can bring to the company and why you are the best choice for the job. To answer this question well, it is helpful to think about your past experiences. Have you worked in a similar job before? Have you studied something related to the job? Even if you have never worked before, you might have skills from school, volunteering, or hobbies. For example, if you are applying for a job in a store, you can talk about how you like helping people and how you are friendly. If you want to work in an office, you can say that you are organized and good with computers. Confidence is also important when giving your answer. Employers like to see that you believe in yourself. If you speak clearly and with a smile, the employer will feel that you are ready for the job. It is also good to give examples when you speak. Instead of just saying, "I am a hard worker," you can say, "In my last job, I always finished my tasks on time and helped my team when they needed me." This makes your answer stronger. Another important thing is to show that you understand the job. Before the interview, read about the company and the job position. If the company is looking for someone who can work in a team, you can say, "I like working with other people, and I am a good team player." If the job requires solving problems, you can say, "I am good at finding solutions and thinking carefully when there is a problem." This way, the employer will see that you are the right person for the job. It is also helpful to show enthusiasm. Employers like to hire people who are excited about the job. If you say, "I really want to work here because I like this company," or "I think this job is a great opportunity for me," it will make a good impression. Employers do not only look for skills, they also want people who will enjoy the job and work well with others. Finally, practice is important. Before the interview, try to say your answer out loud. You can practice with a friend, in front of a mirror, or even record yourself speaking. This will help you feel more comfortable and ready for the interview. The more you practice, the easier it will be to speak confidently and clearly. In this lesson, we will continue to learn how to answer this question in different ways. We will practice making good sentences, using examples, and speaking with confidence. This will help us feel prepared for real job interviews and improve our English skills at the same time. When answering the question, "Why should we hire you?" it is important to give a complete and clear answer. Many people feel nervous in a job interview, but preparing in advance can make a big difference. A strong answer will show the employer that you are the right person for the job. To do this, it is helpful to focus on 3 key areas: your skills, your experience, and your personality. Talking about your skills. Skills are things you can do well. Some skills are technical, like using a computer, speaking another language, or fixing machines. Other skills are soft skills, like working well in a team, being a good listener, or solving problems. Before your interview, think about which skills are important for the job you want. If you are applying for a job in a restaurant, good customer service skills are important. You can say, "I am friendly, and I enjoy helping customers." If you want to work in a warehouse, you can mention your physical strength and your ability to work quickly. One way to talk about skills is by giving examples. Instead of just saying, "I am responsible," you can explain, "In my last job, I was responsible for opening the store every morning and making sure everything was ready before customers arrived." This helps the employer see how you use your skills in real situations. Talking about your experience. Experience is what you have done before. This can include past jobs, internships, school projects, volunteering, or even personal experiences. If you have worked before, talk about what you did and how it relates to the new job. For example, if you worked in a supermarket and now you are applying for a job in a clothing store, you can say, "I have experience working with customers, handling money, and organizing products." Even if the jobs are different, some skills are the same. If you do not have work experience, do not worry. Think about other ways you have learned useful skills. Maybe you helped organize an event at school or took care of younger siblings? These experiences show responsibility, teamwork, and patience. You can say, "I have not worked in a company before, but I have experience taking care of my younger brothers. This taught me how to be patient and responsible." Employers like to see that you have learned important skills, even outside of work. Talking about your personality. Personality is also important in a job interview. Employers want to hire people who are positive, motivated, and hardworking. If you are a friendly person, you can say, "I enjoy talking to people," and "I like making customers feel welcome." If you are a fast learner, you can say, "I am good at learning new things quickly," and "I am always ready to improve." If you are a problem solver, you can explain, "I like finding solutions when there is a problem," and "I stay calm in difficult situations." It is also good to show that you are a team player. Most jobs require working with others, so you can say, "I like working in a team because I believe teamwork makes a job easier and more enjoyable." Even if you prefer working alone, you can say, "I am comfortable working independently, but I can also collaborate when needed." This shows that you can adapt to different situations, putting it all together. A strong answer includes skills, experience, and personality. It is important to make the answer clear and not too long. A good example of a complete answer might be, "I believe you should hire me because I have experience working with customers, and I enjoy helping people. In my last job, I worked as a cashier, where I learned to handle money, assist customers, and stay organized. I am also a fast learner and always try to do my best. I am a friendly person, and I like working with a team. I believe I can contribute to your company and learn new skills here." This answer shows confidence, experience, and enthusiasm. It is polite and positive, which makes a good impression. Practicing your answer. The best way to feel confident in a job interview is to practice. Try writing down your answer and saying it out loud. If possible, practice with a friend or record yourself speaking. Pay attention to your tone of voice and body language. Speaking too quietly or too quickly can make you seem nervous. Smiling and making eye contact can help you appear confident and friendly. In this lesson, we will continue practicing different ways to answer this question. We will focus on making our answers natural, using the right words, and improving our pronunciation. This will help us not only in job interviews, but also in everyday English conversations. When preparing for a job interview, answering the question, "Why should we hire you?" can feel challenging. However, with careful preparation and practice, you can create a strong answer that makes a good impression on the employer. In this part, we will go deeper into how to make your answer more powerful by focusing on confidence, personalization, and avoiding common mistakes. The importance of confidence. Confidence is one of the most important things in a job interview. Even if you have the right skills and experience, if you do not sound confident, the employer may not be convinced. Confidence does not mean being arrogant or saying that you are better than others. Instead, it means showing that you believe in yourself and your abilities. One way to sound confident is to speak clearly and at a steady pace. If you speak too fast, you may seem nervous. If you speak too slowly, it may seem like you are unsure of your answer. Practicing in front of a mirror or with a friend can help you find the right speed and tone. Another way to show confidence is to use positive body language. Sitting up straight, making eye contact, and smiling slightly can make you appear more professional and enthusiastic. If you look down or fidget too much, it may seem like you are not confident. A good posture can help you feel more in control of the situation. It is also important to avoid using weak language. Phrases like "I think I can do the job," or "maybe I am a good fit," do not sound strong. Instead, say, "I am confident that I can do this job well," or "I believe I can contribute to your company." Using strong and clear language helps the employer trust in your abilities. Personalizing your answer. Many job applicants give very general answers to this question. They say things like, "I am a hard worker," or "I am a good team player." While these qualities are important, they are not specific. A strong answer should be personalized to match the job and company you are applying to. Before your interview, research the company and the job position. Look at the job description and see what skills they are looking for. If the company values teamwork, mention how you have worked well in a team before. If they are looking for someone with leadership skills, talk about a time when you took responsibility for an important task. For example, if you are applying for a customer service job in a hotel, you could say, "I believe you should hire me because I have excellent customer service skills. In my previous job as a receptionist, I greeted guests, answered their questions, and helped solve problems. I always stayed calm, even when customers were upset. I enjoy making people feel welcome, and I believe I can provide great service to your guests." If you are applying for a warehouse job, your answer could be different. "You should hire me because I am a reliable and hard-working person. I have experience working in a fast-paced environment, and I am comfortable lifting heavy boxes and organizing inventory. In my last job, I always arrived on time and made sure all tasks were completed before my shift ended. I work well with others and follow instructions carefully." Personalizing your answer shows the employer that you understand the job and that you are the right fit for the position. Avoiding common mistakes. Many people make mistakes when answering this question. Being aware of these mistakes can help you avoid them and improve your answer. One common mistake is giving a very short answer. If the employer asks, "Why should we hire you?" and you only say, "Because I am a hard worker," it does not give enough information. Employers want to hear details and examples that show why you are the right choice. Another mistake is talking too much. While a strong answer should be detailed, it should not be too long. If you speak for too long, the employer might lose interest. A good answer should be around 30 to 60 seconds long. Some people also make the mistake of talking about what they want instead of what the company needs. For example, saying, "You should hire me because I need a job," does not show why you are a good candidate. Instead, focus on how you can help the company and what value you can bring to the team. It is also important to stay positive. Even if you had problems in your last job, do not say negative things about your previous employer. If you complain about your old boss or coworkers, the new employer may think you will do the same at their company. Instead of saying, "My last job was terrible," you can say, "I am looking for a new opportunity where I can grow and learn new skills." This keeps your answer professional and positive. Practicing for success. The best way to improve your answer is to practice. Here are some ways to prepare. Write down your answer. Take some time to write a strong answer that includes your skills, experience, and personality. Read it out loud to see how it sounds. Practice with a friend. Ask someone to pretend to be the interviewer and practice answering the question. They can give you feedback on your answer and how you sound. Record yourself. Use your phone or computer to record your answer. Listen to it and see if you need to make any changes. Are you speaking clearly? Do you sound confident? Use a mirror. Practice in front of a mirror to see your facial expressions and body language. Make sure you are smiling and sitting up straight, putting everything together. Now, let's look at an example of a well-structured answer that includes confidence, personalization, and strong language. "I believe you should hire me because I have experience working in customer service, and I enjoy helping people. In my previous job at a cafe, I took orders, handled payments, and made sure customers were happy with their experience. I always stayed calm under pressure, even during busy hours. I also work well in a team and communicate clearly with coworkers. I am confident that I can bring these skills to your company and contribute to a positive work environment." This answer is professional, confident, and personalized. It clearly explains the person's experience, skills, and attitude. Conclusion. Answering the question, "Why should we hire you?" is an important skill for job interviews. To give a strong answer, focus on confidence, personalization, and avoiding common mistakes. Practice is key by preparing in advance. You can feel more comfortable and ready to impress the employer. In the next part, we will look at different ways to adapt your answer for different types of jobs and practice making responses more natural in conversation. This will help you feel even more prepared for real-life interviews and improve your English at the same time. In a job interview, answering the question, "Why should we hire you?" is a great opportunity to show your strengths and convince the employer that you are the right person for the job. By now, we have discussed the importance of confidence, personalizing your answer, and avoiding common mistakes. In this final part, we will go even deeper by looking at how to adapt your answer for different jobs, how to handle follow-up questions, and how to improve your English skills while preparing for job interviews. Adapting your answer for different jobs. Not all job interviews are the same, and not all employers are looking for the same qualities in a candidate. It is important to change your answer depending on the job you're applying for. While some jobs require strong customer service skills, others may need technical abilities or teamwork. Below are examples of how to adapt your answer for different types of jobs. Customer service jobs, retail, restaurants, hotels, call centers. For jobs that require interacting with customers, employers look for friendly, patient, and helpful employees. A strong answer should show that you enjoy working with people and solving problems. Example answer: You should hire me because I have great communication skills and enjoy helping customers. In my previous job as a cashier, I learned how to stay patient, solve customer problems, and make sure they had a good experience. I am friendly and always try to create a positive atmosphere. I believe I can bring these skills to your company and provide excellent service to your customers. Office jobs, administrative assistant, receptionist, data entry. For office jobs, employers value organization, attention to detail, and the ability to work independently. A strong answer should highlight your ability to handle tasks efficiently and work well in a structured environment. Example answer: I believe you should hire me because I am highly organized and good at managing multiple tasks. In my previous role as an office assistant, I handled scheduling, answered phone calls, and kept records updated. I am comfortable using computers and working with different software. I am a quick learner, and I always make sure my work is accurate and completed on time. Warehouse or factory jobs, stock worker, machine operator, delivery driver. For physical jobs, employers look for reliability, efficiency, and teamwork. Your answer should show that you are dependable and able to handle the physical demands of the job. Example answer: You should hire me because I am a hardworking and reliable worker. In my last job at a warehouse, I managed inventory, packed orders, and worked with a team to make sure deliveries were on time. I am comfortable working in a fast-paced environment and following safety procedures. I take my responsibilities seriously, and I always do my best to complete tasks efficiently. Creative or technical jobs, graphic designer, IT specialist, mechanic, construction worker. For jobs that require specific skills, employers want to know about your expertise and problem-solving abilities. Your answer should focus on your technical knowledge and ability to learn new things. Example answer: You should hire me because I have a strong background in graphic design and a passion for creativity. I have experience using design software like Photoshop and Illustrator, and I have worked on different projects, including logos, advertisements, and website graphics. I'm always looking for new ways to improve my skills and stay updated with design trends. I believe I can bring fresh ideas to your company and contribute to its success. Handling follow-up questions. Sometimes, after you answer, "Why should we hire you?" the interviewer may ask follow-up questions to learn more about you. Here are some common follow-up questions and how to answer them. Can you give an example of a time when you solved a problem at work? Tip: Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result, To structure your answer. Example answer. In my previous job at a restaurant, a customer received the wrong order and was very upset. My task was to solve the problem quickly. I apologized to the customer, immediately corrected the order, and offered a free drink as a gesture of goodwill. The customer was happy, and they left a positive review about their experience. This situation taught me how important it is to stay calm and focus on finding a solution. What makes you different from other candidates? Tip: highlight a unique skill or experience that sets you apart. Example answer. I believe my ability to work under pressure and stay positive makes me different. In my last job, I often handled multiple customers at once, and even during busy times, I stayed friendly and efficient. I also take the time to understand customer needs, which helps me provide better service. What do you know about our company? Tip: research the company before the interview and mention something specific about their values, products, or services. Example answer. I know that your company values excellent customer service and teamwork. I read that you have won awards for being one of the best workplaces in the industry. I admire that, and I want to be part of a team that focuses on both quality service and employee growth. Improving your English while preparing for job interviews. Preparing for job interviews is also a great way to improve your English skills. Here are some useful techniques to practice English while preparing your answers. 1. Record yourself speaking. Try recording your answer to "Why should we hire you?" and listen to it. Check if you are speaking clearly and confidently. This will help you hear your mistakes and improve your pronunciation. 2. Use a mirror or practice with a friend. Speaking in front of a mirror can help you become aware of your facial expressions and body language. Practicing with a friend or family member can also help you gain confidence. 3. Learn and use new vocabulary. Make a list of useful words and phrases related to job interviews, such as, I am a fast learner. I am a team player. I have experience in. I am confident that I can contribute to your company. Using these phrases will make your answers sound more natural. 4. Watch job interview videos in English. There are many videos online where people demonstrate job interviews in English. Watching these videos can help you understand the common structure of answers and improve your listening skills. 5. Practice different interview questions. In addition to "Why should we hire you?" practice other common interview questions like, Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Practicing different questions will help you feel more prepared and improve your ability to express yourself in English. Final thoughts. Answering "Why should we hire you?" is a key part of any job interview. To give a strong answer, remember to speak confidently and clearly. Personalize your answer based on the job you are applying for. Give examples that show your skills and experience. Avoid common mistakes like giving a short or unfocused answer. Practice as much as possible to improve both your interview skills and your English. With preparation and practice, you will be able to give a strong answer that impresses employers and increases your chances of getting hired. At the same time, you will improve your English speaking skills, making future interviews even easier. Good luck with your job search, and keep practicing your English.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. The right person for the job.
Perfect fit.
The ability to think clearly and make good decisions.
Acumen.
Be superior to, among the best.
Excel.
To be the leader of something.
Head.
To make something active or effective.
Implement.
A meeting where people acquire skills and knowledge about a subject.
Training session.
Have a difficult time.
Struggle.
Arriving or doing something at the expected or planned time.
Punctuality.
To deal with a matter, issue, problem, etc.
Address.
To select a few candidates in order to make a final selection or decision.
Short list.
Someone or something that is likely to succeed or to be chosen.
Prospect.
𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗆, a short document that describes your education, work experience, etc.
CV.
A weakness that someone has.
Shortcoming.
A valuable or beneficial thing or ability that a person has.
Asset.
A great success or achievement a person has. Triumph. Let's try that faster. The right person for the job.
Perfect fit.
Arriving or doing something at the expected or planned time.
Punctuality.
A meeting where people acquire skills and knowledge about a subject.
Training session.
A great success or achievement a person has. Triumph. Someone or something that is likely to succeed or to be chosen.
Prospect.
Have a difficult time.
Struggle.
The ability to think clearly and make good decisions.
Acumen.
A weakness that someone has.
Shortcoming.
To select a few candidates in order to make a final selection or decision.
Short list.
Be superior to, among the best.
Excel.
To deal with a matter, issue, problem, etc.
Address.
To be the leader of something.
Head.
A valuable or beneficial thing or ability that a person has.
Asset.
To make something active or effective.
Implement.
𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗿𝗆, a short document that describes your education, work experience, etc.
CV.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Excel. When I was a kid, I excelled in math. Excel. Our company currently excels at customer service. Excel. I excel at writing code. Head. I'm heading a new division in our company. Head. She headed up the marketing efforts for our new product. Head. I would like to head this new project. Struggle. When I was in school, I really struggled with physics. Struggle. After many years of struggling, I finally became rich. Struggle. To be honest, I do struggle with time management. Address. We didn't know that problem existed, but we will address it this week. Address. We need to address this issue before it gets too big. Address. Addressing these problems is a top priority for this company. Acumen. Bob brings business acumen, knowledge, and experience. He's an asset to this company. Acumen. We must hire a programmer with strong technical acumen. Acumen. I'm sorry, we cannot hire you at this time since the position requires someone with stronger business acumen.